Hello my dear students, welcome back to Baladri's chemistry classes. In this video, we are going to start organic chemistry. You know, organic chemistry is very important for all competitive exams. 1/3 of the marks we will get from organic chemistry. Now this is the first video for organic chemistry and that we are going to start with structure and bonding in organic compounds. In organic compounds, carbon is undergoing what type of hybridization and what is the nature of the bonds, all those things we are going to come across. Organic compounds means hydrocarbons and their derivatives. We know that already carbon always combines with hydrogen, those are called hydrocarbons. If one of the hydrogen is replaced with any functional group, we will get their derivatives. Hydrocarbons and their derivatives are called organic compounds. The chemistry deals with these organic compounds is called organic chemistry. So carbon is forming millions of organic compounds. That's what organic chemistry is, a vast branch. Why carbon forms millions of compounds? So all those reasons we need to come across. Carbon is a versatile element because of its four properties. The four properties exhibited by carbon which makes it is a versatile element. And the first property is called catenation. Catenation property is exhibited by carbon. Now you can ask that what is catenation, sir? Here carbon can form chain-like compounds with other carbon atoms up to any length. So the chains can be open chain, or the chain can be branched chains, or the chain can be cyclic chain. With up to any length, carbon can form chain-like compounds with other carbon atoms. This property is called catenation. Due to high carbon-carbon bond energy, so there is a catenation power will be there for carbon. It can form chain-like compounds of any length. Okay, the chain can be straight chain or branched chain, or it can form cyclic chains also. That property of carbon is called catenation property. Catenation property will be there for carbon. This is one of the property. Next, second property of carbon, you can take formation of tetravalency. What is another property of carbon? Tetravalency. Carbon always forms four bonds, not more than four, not less than four. Carbon always forms four bonds. Now you know that already. Carbon atomic number is 6. Its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. In 2s there are 2 electrons. In 2p there are 2 electrons. One empty orbital will be there in carbon. Now how many unpaired electrons are there here? Yes, in carbon there are 2 unpaired electrons. When 2 unpaired electrons are there, we are expecting only 2 bonds can form by carbon. But it is exciting. The excited state electronic configuration of carbon is 2s1, 2p3. In 2s 1 electron will be there, and in 2p there are 3 electrons. Now how many unpaired electrons are there? 4 unpaired electrons are there in first excited state of carbon. That's what it can form 4 bonds. So formation of 4 bonds is called tetravalency. Formation of 4 bonds is called tetravalency. The next property is called multiple bond formation. What is the next property of carbon? Multiple bond formation. So I said you already 4 bonds are formed by carbon in first excited state. Always carbon reacts in first excited state to form total number of bonds are 4. Now in that 4 bonds, it is having the capacity of forming multiple bonds. Come to the next slide. What is the meaning of multiple bond formations, sir? I said you carbon can form 4 bonds. All the 4 bonds can be single bonds, or carbon can form pi bond with another carbon atom. Means double bond it can form, or carbon also can form triple bond with another carbon atom. Carbon can also form triple bond with another carbon atom. Due to the small size, the p orbital can undergo sidewise overlapping conveniently, so it can form multiple bonds between carbon and carbon. Carbon can also form multiple bonds with other small elements like nitrogen and carbon. So this is a formation of multiple bonds between carbon atom to carbon atom, or carbon atom to any other smaller atom is called multiple bond formation. Multiple bond formation capacity is also there for carbon. Now next one, last one is a fourth property is allotropy. Carbon exhibits allotropy. What is allotropy? You know that already. Same element is existing in different physical forms. The phenomena of existing of same element in different physical forms is called allotropy. So you know that carbon exists in diamond form, carbon exists in graphite form, and carbon also exists as a coal, coke, and petroleums. There are so many forms of carbon. All these allotropic forms means in diamond carbon only will be there, in graphite also carbon only will be there. So the existing of same element in different physical forms. So these forms are having different physical properties and same chemical properties. This phenomena is called allotropy. So catenation power, tetravalency, multiple bond formation and allotropy, these four properties of carbon, it makes carbon is a versatile element and it forms millions of compounds. Now we'll discuss one by one what type of bonds are formed in this organic compounds. Let us take the simplest example, methane. CH4 is called methane. When you take methane molecule, okay, already we discussed carbon atomic number is 6, its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2 and 2p2. Okay, when you take the ground state electronic configuration of carbon, when you take ground state electronic configuration of carbon, when you consider the ground state electronic configuration of carbon, so there is 2 electrons in 2s orbital and there are 2 electrons in 2p orbital. So there are only 2 unpaired electrons. We discussed that carbon can form 4 bonds. Tetravalency it will exhibit. So now we can take its first excited state. In this first excited state electronic configuration of carbon, you can take the first excited state electronic configuration of carbon is 1 electron is exciting from 2s orbital to 2p orbital. Now the electronic configuration is 2s1, 2p3. There is 1 electron in 2s orbital and 3 electrons in 2p orbital. So there are total 4 unpaired electrons are there. How many unpaired electrons are there total? 4 unpaired electrons are there. It can form 4 bonds. Now during the formation of methane molecule, all these 4 orbitals, 1 s orbital and 3 p orbitals will participate in hybridization. So carbon undergoes sp3 hybridization in first excited state of carbon. 1 s orbital, 3 p orbitals are participating in the hybridization. When 1 s orbital and 3 p orbitals are participating in the hybridization, so there are newly 4 orbitals are forming. That 4 are called sp3 hybridized orbitals of carbon. These 4 sp3 hybridized orbitals of carbon, every orbital is having 1 unpaired electron, and these unpaired electrons containing sp3 hybridized orbitals of carbon, they will overlap with the s orbitals of hydrogen. So here 4 hydrogens are there, 4 hydrogens are having s orbitals, they are undergoing overlapping with the sp3 hybridized orbitals of carbon. So 4 bonds are forming. How many bonds are forming in methane molecule? 4 bonds are forming. How that 4 sigma bonds are forming here in methane molecule? They are involving that sp3 hybridized orbitals of carbon is overlapping with the s orbitals of hydrogen. So all the 4 sigma bonds are formed by sp3s overlapping. sp3 hybridized orbitals of carbon with s orbitals of hydrogen. So all the 4 bonds are formed by sp3s overlapping. So here we can write that bond angle is 109 degrees 28 minutes because it is undergoing sp3 hybridization, and the shape of the molecule is tetrahedral. Yes, each hybridization will have unique shape, and here that hybridization of that methane molecule is tetrahedral. Now one more very important question they will ask you always, that is ratio of hybridized orbitals and to pure orbitals. They will ask you frequently, hybridized orbitals are how many in given molecule and pure orbitals are how many. What is the meaning of hybridized orbitals are? The orbitals which participates in hybridization is called hybridized orbitals, and the orbitals which are not participated in hybridization, they are called pure orbitals, or we can also say that unhybridized orbitals. Most of the students will confuse in this concept. Pure orbitals are also called unhybridized orbitals. Pure orbitals are also called unhybridized orbitals. Now come to the methane molecule. When you take this methane molecule is CH4. Already we come across that carbon is undergoing sp3 hybridization. sp3 hybridization means 1 s orbital, 3 p orbitals are involving in the hybridization. 1 s orbital, 3 p orbital means how many orbitals are involving in the hybridization? 4 orbitals are involving in the hybridization. So here hybridized orbitals are 4. Next, pure orbitals means what, sir? These hydrogen s orbitals are there. There are 4 hydrogen atoms, each one is having one s orbital. So all these 4 s orbitals, they are not participating in hybridization, just they are participating in overlapping. So all the hydrogen, how many hydrogen atoms are there? All the hydrogen s orbitals comes under pure orbitals, or they are also called unhybridized orbitals. So there are 4 orbitals of carbon is involving in the hybridization. 4 hydrogen s orbitals, they are not participating in hybridization. That's what these 4 hydrogen s orbitals are called pure orbitals or unhybridized orbitals. And one s orbital of carbon, 3 p orbitals of carbons are called hybridized orbitals. So the ratio of hybridized orbitals to pure orbitals in methane molecule is 4:4. That you will get 1:1. Only valential orbitals you can consider. Sir, 1s2 orbital of carbon is also not involving in the hybridization, sir. Don't consider penultimate or anti-penultimate orbitals. Only we need to consider the valential orbitals. I hope you understood how that ratio of hybridized orbitals to pure orbital is 1:1 in methane molecule. Now come to the next example. The next example is ethene molecule. Means what we can understood here, if any atom is forming, if carbon atom is forming 4 bonds, then what will be the hybridization of the carbon? sp3. You remember always hybridized orbitals always form sigma bonds. Unhybridized orbitals which are not participating in hybridization, they will form pi bonds. Let me write the statement in the next line. So whenever a carbon atom undergoes sp3 hybridization, it forms 4 sigma bonds. How many sigma bonds it will form? 4 sigma bonds it will form when it undergoes sp3 hybridization. Now let me write that point. What is that? A very important point. Hybridized orbitals always forms sigma bond. Next point, unhybridized orbitals forms pi bond. This point is very, very important. Now let me explain one more example, that is ethane molecule. C2H6 is ethane molecule. We can write the structure of ethane molecule like this: CH3 single bond CH3. Now here you can write that one carbon is having 3 hydrogen bonds, 3 bonds with 3 hydrogens. Each carbon is forming 3 bonds with hydrogen and one carbon-carbon bond is there. Total bonds are 7. C2H6, total number of atoms are 8. Number of sigma bonds are 7. So now we can write the formula here. Number of sigma bonds in any hydrocarbon is equal to number of atoms minus 1. We can apply this for hydrocarbons only. Number of sigma bonds is equal to number of atoms minus 1. There are 7 sigma bonds in ethane molecule. One is between carbon and carbon, remaining are between carbon and hydrogen. Now let us see here. First you can take the carbon. First carbon atom you can take. It is having 4 sigma bonds. I said you just before, when carbon is forming 4 sigma bonds, the hybridization of carbon will be sp3 and tetrahedral. Now first carbon is undergoing sp3 hybridization, next carbon is also undergoing sp3 hybridization. Now you can see first carbon is forming, let us take 4 hybridized orbitals. Let me write like this. These are 4 hybridized orbitals, not 2. Okay. Now another carbon atom also undergoing sp3 hybridization. Let us take 4 hybridized orbitals are forming here. You can assume they are in tetrahedral shape. One carbon sp3 hybridized orbital is overlapping with another carbon sp3 hybridized orbital. Next, sp3 hybridized orbitals of carbons are overlapping with s orbitals of hydrogen. Like the total 7 bonds are formed in methane molecule. Now let me write the nature of bonding here. Just I am indicating 2 electrons. One carbon-carbon bond is there. That carbon-carbon bond is formed by what type of overlapping? sp3 hybridized orbital of first carbon with sp3 hybridized orbital of second carbon. So one carbon-carbon sigma bond is formed by sp3 overlapping. Remaining 6 carbon hydrogen bonds are formed by sp3 hybridized orbitals of carbon with s orbitals of hydrogen. Like that, the overlapping pattern involved in ethane molecule, carbon-carbon bond is formed by sp3 overlapping, carbon-hydrogen bond is formed by sp3s overlapping. Like this, ethane molecule is formed. Now, you can calculate here the number of sigma and there is number of hybridized orbitals and pure orbitals. Now, 1 second, give me time. Let me change the color. Yeah. Here what we are going to find? The ratio between hybridized orbitals to pure orbitals. HO is hybridized orbital, PO is the pure orbitals or unhybridized orbitals. Now come here. First carbon is undergoing sp3 hybridization. Second carbon is also undergoing sp3 hybridization. sp3 hybridization means how many orbitals? 4 orbitals. So in first carbon 4 orbitals are involving the hybridization. Second carbon is also involving 4 hybridized orbitals. 4 orbitals are involving the hybridization. 4 plus 4, 8. 8 are hybridized orbitals. Now let us take here 6 hydrogens are there. 6 hydrogen s orbitals are not participating in the hybridization. That's what pure orbitals are 6. The ratio is 8:6. So you will get 4:3. 4:3 is the ratio of hybridized orbitals to pure orbitals in ethane molecule. Now come to the next example. Now one more example we'll discuss here. After that I will give you a different number of objective questions also. Now you can take that a very important molecule ethene. C2H4 is called ethene. Now ethene molecule can be written as CH2 double bond CH2. Now we can also write here on first carbon there are 2 hydrogens, carbon-carbon double bond is there, and second carbon is also having 2 hydrogens. Now around this first carbon how many sigma bonds are there? This is sigma bond. In between any 2 atoms only one sigma bond will form, next bond will be pi bond. Hydrogen always forms sigma bonds. Now each carbon is having 3 sigma bonds, 1 pi bond. Now, so you know that already carbon atomic number is 6. Directly I am writing excited state electronic configuration of carbon 1s2, 2s1 and 2p3. So in 2s 1 electron is there, in 2p there are 3 electrons. Now here only 3 sigma bonds are formed by carbon, so 3 orbitals only will participate in the hybridization. I said you already, hybridized orbitals always form sigma bonds, and this orbital now is called unhybridized orbital. What is this called? Unhybridized orbital. This will form pi bond. Now first carbon is undergoing sp2 hybridization. Next second carbon is also undergoing sp2 hybridization. What is the hybridization of first carbon? sp2. Second carbon is also undergoing sp2 hybridization. One s orbital and 2 p orbitals will intermix and they will form 3 hybridized orbitals. First carbon is undergoing sp2 hybridization. Second carbon is also undergoing sp2 hybridization. 3 orbitals will form newly and they are having unpaired electrons. This is about first carbon. And there is a second carbon also. Same story. Here second carbon is also undergoing sp2 hybridization. It is also forming sp2 hybridized orbitals 3. They are having unpaired electrons. So first carbon 1 sp2 hybridized orbital. Second carbon 1 sp2 hybridized orbitals are overlapping to form sigma bond. Remaining sp2 hybridized orbitals of carbon, they are overlapping with 4 hydrogen s orbitals to form 4 sigma bonds. Now listen here very carefully. First carbon is having 1 p orbital which is not participating in hybridization. Second carbon is also having 1 p orbital which is not participating in hybridization. They will undergo sidewise overlapping to form pi bond. Now carbon-carbon sigma bond is formed by sp2 overlapping, and 4 carbon hydrogen pi bond sigma bonds are formed by sp2s overlapping, and one pi bond is there here. One pi bond is there. That pi bond is formed by p orbital of one carbon with a p orbital of another carbon. There is a one pi bond that is formed by pp overlapping. That's what the bond is called, p pi bond. First carbon is having one unhybridized p orbital. Similarly, second carbon also will have one unhybridized p orbital. That two p orbitals are undergoing sidewise overlapping. That's what the pi bond formed is called p pi bond. Listen very carefully. One carbon-carbon sigma bond is formed by sp2 overlapping. 4 carbon hydrogen sigma bonds are there. They are formed by sp2s overlapping, and pi bond is formed by pp overlapping. Now we need to find how many hybridized orbitals are there in ethene molecule. How many hybridized orbitals are there? What is the hybridization? sp2. sp2 hybridization means one s orbital, two p orbitals. One s orbital, two p orbital, total 3 orbitals are formed involving in the hybridization. So here 3 orbitals, here 3 orbitals, 6 orbitals are involving in the hybridization. They are called hybridized orbitals. How many are there? 6. Next, pure orbitals you have to consider. How many hydrogens are there? First of all, 4 hydrogens are there. All 4 hydrogen s orbitals are called pure orbitals, and they are also called unhybridized orbitals. Next, here first carbon is having one p orbital, second carbon is having another p orbital. So there are total 2 p orbitals. First carbon is having one p orbital which is unhybridized. Second carbon also will have same p orbital. So 2 p orbitals are unhybridized. 4 s orbitals of hydrogens are unhybridized. Total unhybridized or pure orbitals are 6. So the ratio between hybridized orbitals to pure orbitals in ethene molecule is 6:6, that is 1:1 we will get. Like that we can explain that structure and bonding in ethene molecule. So what we can conclude here, when a carbon atom is forming 3 sigma bonds and 1 pi bond, then the hybridization of that carbon is sp2. If 3 around the carbon atom, if 3 sigma bonds and 1 pi bond is there, then that carbon atom undergoes sp2 hybridization. Now come to the next slide. Next example you can take, it is C3H4. The C3H4 molecule is called, right, let us take C2H4 molecule. We will make it simple. So we can take C2H4. The C2H4 molecule is called ethine. Now let me write the structure of this ethine. So carbon-carbon triple bond will be there here. Okay, here sigma bond and this is sigma bond. Here this is pi bond, this is also pi bond. In between any two atoms, only one sigma bond will form. Next two bonds are pi bonds. So around the carbon atom you can say 2 sigma bonds are there. Means 2 orbitals only will participate in the hybridization. Directly I am writing first excited state electronic configuration of carbon. In 2s there is 1 electron. In 2p there are 3 electrons. Now 1 s orbital and 1 p orbitals are participating in hybridization. That's what the sp hybridization. Carbon undergoes sp hybridization here. In each carbon there are 2 p orbitals which are not participating in hybridization. They are called pure orbitals and they will form pi bonds. Hybridized orbitals always form sigma bonds. Unhybridized orbitals will form pi bond. Now let me draw here. These are the 2 sp hybridized orbitals. This is one sp hybridized orbital. This is also one sp hybridized orbital. And in another carbon also same 2 sp hybridized orbitals are there with unpaired electrons. sp hybridized orbital of first carbon is overlapping with the sp hybridized orbital of second carbon to form carbon-carbon sigma bond. Next, hydrogen s orbitals are forming one more bond. Okay. Now with first carbon there are 2 p orbitals. This is 1 p orbital, this is 1 p orbital. They will undergo sidewise overlapping to form one pi bond. Next there is one more p orbital with this carbon and with this carbon also. So they will undergo again sidewise overlapping, one more pi bond will form. So between two carbon atoms there are total 3 bonds are there. One is sigma, remaining 2 are pi. And carbon and hydrogen is having 2 sigma bonds. So first carbon-carbon sigma bond you can consider. One carbon-carbon sigma bond is there. It is formed by sp-sp overlapping. sp hybridized orbital of first carbon with sp hybridized orbital of second carbon. Now 2 carbon hydrogen sigma bonds are there. They are formed by sp-s overlapping. And next carbon-carbon pi bonds are 2 are there. 2 pi bonds are there here between carbon and carbon. Both are formed by p orbital overlapping with p orbital. That's what they are called p-pi bonds. What they are called? p-pi bonds. Now come to here. How many hybridized orbitals are there and how many pure orbitals are there? We will count. First we will count hybridized orbitals. sp hybridization means 1 s orbital, 1 p orbital, 2 orbitals. So first carbon is sp hybridization, second carbon is also sp hybridization. Means first carbon is involving 2 orbitals, second carbon is also involving 2 orbitals. 2 plus 2, 4. 4 are hybridized orbitals. Now pure orbitals are how many are? 2 hydrogens are there, 2 s orbitals are pure. Next, in each carbon 2 p orbitals are there which are not participating in hybridization. Like 2 carbons are there, each carbon is having 2 p orbitals plus 2 p orbitals. So total unhybridized orbitals are 6. 2 hydrogen s orbitals. First carbon is having 2 p orbitals, second carbon is also having 2 p orbitals. Total 6. So the ratio between hybridized orbitals to pure orbitals is 4:6. That is 2:3 you will get in which molecule? Ethane molecule. In ethane molecule, the hybridized to pure ratio is 2:3. Now come here. So here we can conclude that when a carbon atom undergoing sp3 hybridization, it forms all the 4R sigma bonds and bond angle is 109 degrees 28 minutes. The shape is tetrahedral. Now when a carbon atom is undergoing, when carbon atom is forming 3 sigma and 1 pi bond, the hybridization is sp2. Bond angle will be 120. Shape is trigonal planar. So a carbon atom is forming 3 sigma bond and 1 pi bond. The hybridization of the carbon is sp hybridization, and here it is 180 degrees bond angle. It is linear in shape. Clear to you? Carbon can form always 4 bonds. That all the 4 can be 4 sigma bonds. Then it is hybridization is sp3, 3 sigma, 1 pi bond. Hybridization is sp2, and 2 sigma 2 pi bonds. The hybridization will be sp. Carbon undergoes only 3 types of hybridizations: sp3, sp2 and sp. And let me give some examples here. One compound is there like this. Suppose here CH3 is there, CH double bond CH and single bond CH2, C triple bond CH is there. Now we need to give the numbering from here. In next classes we will come across about that IUPAC nomenclature also. Now 6 carbons are there. So they will ask you hybridization of each and every carbon. What type of question they will ask you, I will explain. Listen very carefully. So first carbon hybridization. First carbon, hydrogen means how many hydrogens are there, that many sigma bonds will be there. So first carbon is having triple bond. When triple bond is there for first carbon, blindly we can say its hybridization is sp. Second carbon is also having triple bond, its hybridization is sp. Now you can take third carbon. Around third carbon all are sigma bonds. 1 sigma bond, 2 sigma bonds, 2 hydrogens means 2 sigma bonds only. Total 4 sigma bonds are there. So its hybridization is sp3. Now double bond is there, sp2. Here also double bond sp2. Here there is a triple bond, so sp3. Now they will ask you question. C1 C2 bond is formed by. C1 C2 bond is formed by what type of overlapping? C1 carbon is undergoing sp hybridization. C2 carbon also undergoing sp hybridization. So the overlapping involved in C1 C2 bond is sp sp. Now they can ask you question. C2 C3 bond is formed by what type of overlapping? C2 carbon is having sp hybridization. C3 carbon is having sp3. So the bond is formed by sp sp3 overlapping. Sigma. The symbol is sigma. Now they may ask you question. C3 C4 bond is formed by. C3 C4 bond is formed by sp3 and sp2 overlapping. C4 C5 bond is formed by sp2 sp2 overlapping, and C5 C6 bond is formed by sp2 sp3 overlapping. Like this, easily we can say that a overlapping involved between carbon and carbon bonding. Now hybridized orbitals, how many they will ask you? How many hybridized orbitals are there in this molecule? sp hybridization means 2 orbitals. Again sp2 means sp means 2 orbitals. sp3 means 4 orbitals. sp2 means 3 orbitals. sp2 3 orbitals. sp3 4 orbitals. Now we can count total. 4 plus 3 7, 7 plus 3 10, 10 plus 4 14, 14 plus 4 18 hybridized orbitals are there. Sir, unhybridized orbitals are, count total hydrogens. 3 plus 1 4, 4 plus 1 5, 5 plus 2 7, 7 plus 1 8. Yes, I am counting the pure orbitals. 8 hydrogens are there, 8 s orbitals are pure. Next, here whenever it is undergoing sp2 hybridization, 1 p orbital is pure. Here also 1 p orbital is pure. Here 2 p orbitals are pure. Here also 2 p orbitals are pure. They are not participating in hybridization. 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 2 6. Right? 8 s orbitals are pure, 6 p orbitals are pure, total 14. So the ratio of hybridized orbitals to pure orbitals is 18:14. In this way we can count. Now we can take one more important example, that is benzene. Benzene is C6H6. The benzene molecule is C6H6. Now listen very carefully. In benzene molecule there is alternate pi bonds. every carbon atom is having one hydrogen. So now we can observe each and every carbon is having 3 sigma bonds and 1 pi bond. So the hybridization of every carbon in benzene molecule is sp2. All the carbon atoms in benzene molecule will undergo sp2 hybridization. Is it clear to you? Right. So sp2 hybridization means how many orbitals? sp2 hybridization means 3 orbitals. Total how many carbons are there? 6 carbons are there. In this each carbon 3 orbitals are participating in the hybridization. Total hybridized orbitals are how many? 18 hybridized orbitals are there. In benzene molecule, how many hybridized orbitals are there? 18. Now count the pure orbitals. 6 hydrogens are having 6 hydrogens are having 6 s orbitals are pure. And when carbon atom is undergoing sp2 hybridization, at every carbon 1 p orbital is pure. Like that 6 p orbitals are pure, 6 s orbitals are pure in benzene molecule. So the pure orbitals are 12. Now the ratio between hybridized orbitals to pure orbitals in benzene is 18:12. In this way we can find the ratio of hybridized orbitals to pure orbitals. I hope you understood what type of bonds formed by carbon with this video. Please like and subscribe my channel. Click the bell icon for the latest updates. You can forward these videos to for all JEE and NEET aspirants. In next video we will start nomenclature. If you have any doubts in this video, you can post your comments in your comment box. I will give the clarity. Thank you everyone. We'll meet in the next video with IUPAC nomenclature.